Previously on the Ask Valor Masterminds, day drinking with CEOs.
Today we have Jojo and Isaac of Bambu Beats.
Cool. I'll toast to that. So cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What are we
Our
drinking?
first drink is, since it's Thanksgiving, we're grateful
delicious.
for guests, right? Is Thanksgiving like a rum punch?
So marketing wise, because I'm curious as well. What is it's a two-parter. What is your favorite way to market your business? And then what's been the most successful marketing campaign, marketing strategy or whatever? So entertainment folks that are listening to this.
I mean, I kind of touched on it earlier. It's like, I think for us, what we do is such an intangible, right? Like it's hard to come across in photos, even videos at that, right? So anytime we can be in front of someone and have a collaboration with another event, the energy that we create there is undescribable, right? So it's something that's really hard to market. Mm-hmm. So our in-person has been like our favorite way because, and then we get to meet people and we get to talk about what they like. Because sometimes we'll be at an event and a couple will talk to us and say, oh, I like this kind of music. And he's overhearing me talking to this couple. And then the next song is the song that they love. Instant reaction.
Yeah.
Then they call us the next day and we meet with them and sold.
And that's like,
so,
for me, of course, it's going to be the live thing because I love DJing so much. Yeah. So that's like the interaction of that. Like when I'm hearing that, we're hearing that conversation, when I'm picking up that, for me, it's like a game. Like, I got you. Like,
I think I got you.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
It's like the live engagement, you know?
Let me ask you something else then. So our previous podcast guest was about vision boards. So you have pictures and you visualize things. So in the world out there, if there's an ultimate collaboration partner that you would have that you don't have currently, what would that be? Or what business brand would that be? To try to make it into fruition over a cocktail, who would that dream collaboration or partner be?
I don't know if there's a name. I know what I would want, but it would definitely be a multimedia company that could do live projections to the music that we're doing in the moment. Like I've seen already like...
What about laser show?
Like the laser show, but not the laser. Okay. Like 3D projection, like all immersive projections, you know.
So you're doing like EMP, the Sky Church, or
yes,
whatever
like
you're
that.
talking about, or like the Sphere in Vegas.
Yeah.
You want something like that.
Yes, the Sphere. Okay, there it is. That's the Sphere, yeah.
So something like that, right?
Yeah, like being able to bring that audio visual together. Like I think for us, like in the hip hop scene, we didn't get the benefit of the dollars behind the visuals because I feel like the EDM electronic scene has so much money behind the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do.
So
like EDC in Vegas, the whole week event of it's visual costumes and
It's kind of that
everything.
Style.
But that's what you want for the hip hop experience.
just a different experience.
So you still want the lasers, but they go all around the screen and the walls and everything.
Yeah, basically like all the visual. Yeah, like the Sphere, like more I guess more immersive environment that we can spin at.
Kind of like a feeling I got too about that. Like, I feel that the EDM scene kind of sprung from hip hop. This could be very controversial saying this, but it starts with electro funk, like that flavor, and then it caught on. And it's like, I mean, but there's that, how that looks, and it's real kind of like, you know, that money's over there, and they're able to
have those kind of
capitalize on
events.
that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why don't you like if we're over here and we're actually like doing crazier stuff, like with different skills and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, like if you got your whatever your DJ setup is, and you're at these festivals, and there's been tons of this like online. It's like, man, that thing's not even plugged in.
You got lasers, lights, and then everyone's dancing
that
around.
Thing's not so what's really, and they're dancing around, they're going like this and I'm like, you're not doing anything because the equipment's
It's not even
plugged
on.
in. So it's like, what about when you get it into the hands of like the real creative people
Yeah.
and are willing to take people like, because the craziest stuff happens live. Like, It's like stuff that improvised, that happens in the moment, catches people. You're like, I never even thought that was possible.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it just blew my mind. But being able, like, collaborate with something. We did a wedding at the.
We've done
Mopop
lots of
EMP.
weddings at
Okay.
EMP,
Yeah,
at Mopop.
It was cool because I was up there DJing, and the wedding was like 2 grooms, but it was definitely, they love Madonna, they love Lady Gaga, all this crazy stuff, and we were doing video DJing. But JoJo had a headset, and she was communicating with the guy up in
The audiovisual team.
up above, and she'd be like, he's gonna play Poker Face Lady Gaga next. So then I'd send him the video feed. So the videos
It all sync up.
but he had like
He did extra
he had
overlays
extra
of graphics.
Graphics were like
Word.
cards would be cascading over the videos.
What?
And it
Yeah.
was like, I was like,
There's another
man,
element.
I was like, we could take this on the road.
Yeah.
This would be.
Yeah.
People would be just going crazy, like, because it's like I said earlier, we take the world into our senses. So you're hitting them with the visual,
Yeah.
the audio. It's like, what about those crazy mashups? And you're combining that with graphics and stuff.
Were you allowed to record that?
No.
They
They had a video, they had a videographer, but
Oh, okay.
like the actual, like what they did, no, because it was like on top. It was a layer that they put on top of our layer and.
Yeah, dude.
That is a challenge
But it was
too,
fun.
like with like DJing, because it's like with all the copyright stuff with songs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you have this awesome clip and it's like the songs and like that's what people would like. And it's
But you
like
can't put it on the
we have to put like
website
a
or-
song.
Yeah.
Muted. Oh, your video's been muted.
Yes.
Because you're using.
Exactly.
Didn't get permission.
So you guys can't really push your DJing through social media then?
Not real. Like, Instagram is fine. Like they don't like do anything, but like YouTube, like we can't
Oh, YouTube,
Yeah.
Google.
forget about it.
You can't even scratch over it, as we know.
Yeah.
Part
so,
of our video has been muted.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
new one?
Yeah. Part of it. Part of it.
That's even weird too, because a lot of that was original. Pretty much all of it was mostly original content. We had
Yeah.
live drummer and
But the interesting when it says it pops up as a copyright issue or whatever, it's like certain territories or
Other countries.
regions of the world.
Yeah.
And you look at it, it's like Russia. Like, oh, sorry, whoever's Russian out there.
I know.
You don't
it's
get to
weird.
listen to
The actual-
to Scratcher B-Town
Yeah.
live stream. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like as far as like dream collaborations, it would be to help bring that audio visual immersive experience to the music that we do. That would be fun.
Awesome.
Next question. What's it like working as a husband-wife duo? And what's the biggest issue you've had to overcome? So this speaks to like the husband and wife out there that are working together.
As business owners.
Right, as business owners.
Yeah.
They don't know how to, leave the work at work. They always bring it home. Like what advice do you have or what's first like a big fight you had? How it affected like business?
They don't fight.
Yeah, every fucking couple fights.
yeah, I mean, and that too. It's like,
You don't have to say what the fight was about, right?
like it's
But
there's always going to be something like people are going to like not agree on, like, or whatever, or hey, we're just tired this week. And like we said a long time ago, like with some of the stuff is like, man, if we didn't have that stress, like we're not really mad at each other or something.
Yeah.
We're arguing. It's just the stress of the situation. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
so how do you leave then? How do you leave it at the door and don't bring it in the house?
Well, luckily we have really good communication about things. I think that's one thing that you have to have as a husband wife, because it's always going to be on, right? Like we're always responding to clients. We're always like, talking about business and stuff. For us, I think we complement each other because we have skills that fill in for each other. So that one thing for husband wife teams is really important, right? Like so. You're the talent, you're also sales, but I'm also sales and marketing. And so we have our different areas. that
Everyone's
we-
always sales in any.
Yeah, everyone's always sales. But, we come together when we talk about how we want to move forward with things. I think the things that we might butt heads in about is like, when we want to try new and risky things. I'm always wanting to
Push the envelope.
push it a little more, and that might be something that we, have to talk about in terms of timing and and expense.
I'm probably more introverted by nature. So it's like if I'm already like, man, we got 5 gigs this week or some crazy, it's like if she comes with like some creative idea, on the Monday, I'm like,
You got so much on your plate
I'm
already.
like,
I'm burnt. He's burnt.
I'm drowning right now. Like,
Yeah.
we need to table this for later. It's just too much right now. I'll hit a threshold sometimes.
But it's good to say, like,
Yeah.
this is now we're going into like relationship stuff, but like, it's
Yeah.
good to be vocal and talk about those things versus letting it bottle up inside you and then a big explosion.
Well, I just want to bring up the question because a lot of couples are in business.
Yeah.
The husband started it, the wife runs certain aspect of the business, and there's something in the business that always causes arguments or something they can't overcome. So maybe it almost
Yeah.
causes them to get divorced, right?
Oh my gosh.
So it's just like important for our audience to know that, or maybe a husband, wife listen to it. They're like, oh, this is how they overcome. You know,
Yeah.
you mentioned communication. This is what we just talk about it, and then
I like to, real quick, I like that from outside looking in at your guys, but I feel like you're a SME at what you do and you're a SME at what you do, you know, it's like experts, right? And of course, you ain't gonna go behind the turntables, right?
Right.
And you're not gonna go and mess with the decor or just the organization part of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get the DJs all set up and, you know, the gear, right? I feel like that's an amazing dynamic between the two of you, because if you were both DJs, I could see some conflict there.
Yeah, I
Or if
think you
you're
have to
into
have,
decor,
like,
yeah.
I think if JoJo was
Delegation.
the DJ, we would have been able to retire a long time ago. 'Cause we'll show up at the gigs and they'll
Yeah.
be like, JoJo, so you're the DJ? And they get all excited and
Yeah.
she's like, oh no, it's him.
No.
And they just kind of go.
Oh.
I don't
Bring
blame
it
her. She
back,
looks
like,
better than me.
Yeah.
You need to get some bamboo earrings.
At least 2 pair.
I tried. I
I like
suck.
her better than I like me, you know what I'm saying? She's better than I think. Like, I'd rather look at her than look at me in the mirror, so I get it.
Yeah, I think like that we have our own lanes and it's defined. You know, like of
Yep.
course we help each other out, but like he knows I'm going to be like replying to the clients and doing all of the follow up stuff, and then he does what he does on the day of in the sales meeting, and that's just like how we roll.
Another thing too with that is like no business is just going to be 100% smooth sailing, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like how you frame up, how you look at like setbacks or failures, or instead of saying this happened, it's your fault. We're kind of like, okay, we tried it, it didn't work. What can we learn from that? What's the seed of that kernel of knowledge in there that we can learn that actually maybe we embrace that and say, okay, that actually saved us more money or time, or made us more profitable, successful down the line.
Yeah, we definitely learn from our mistakes and look at it that way.
But kind of staying away from trying to blame each other for something that doesn't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Not always 100% easy, right? But it's like we're trying to reframe it to kind of go, okay.
So let's take it back. How do you come up with a business name?
That's a good.
That's a good one.
Well, when we started, we wanted a name that would like stand out and like people would remember. And I always thought like in comic books, like those names that you remember, like Fantastic Four, Daredevil,
Bruce Banner.
Peter Parker, you remember those names, like they stick out. So I was kind of thinking like that. And then Joe likes sustainability, and I like it too.
Yeah, and I'm not very good with plants, but we always had our lucky bamboo that I got from Great Wall for the first, long time ago. That survived and is thriving. So
Is it like this? The one where you?
it's a straight. No, it's a straight
Oh,
one, but
okay.
it's growing.
Yeah.
And we always loved that bamboo represented prosperity. And so we wanted something prosperous for our business. And because we are dealing with couples in their future lives, we wanted to bring that auspiciousness to them as well. So there was the bamboo part.
And also, it kind of also had a double thing too, because I grew up doing like archery with my dad, and we would make our own longbows. But one of the materials that we would use to back the longbow was bamboo. And it was always crazy to me that bamboo was like so strong, but very flexible. It's a really amazing material. It's also sustainable, so it was like
And resilient.
very resilient. So it's like being like able to take that philosophy to our clients, like we're here, we're strong for you, but we're very flexible, we're resilient, we're lucky.
And prosperous for
And the
you.
beats, I mean, that's what we deal with is music. So
Also, we were kind of inspired by like how Macintosh was like Apple. It's like, oh, they took something technical and gave it a personality. And so that's kind of another angle.
But then it was kind of cool too, because like when we did our first wedding show, it was total DIY, and like we had no money when we did our first one. It was like coming out of like a crash and everything. But we, like, she went and got some Bambu wallpaper.
Made our own backdrop.
Yeah.
It was like bamboo, and it was very
Well,
like
your fashion
green.
background helped
Yeah,
you.
it was like green and refreshing. And here are these couples at a wedding show with like deer and headlights. You know, so much bombarded and overwhelmed with information, and then we have this like greenery.
And it was kind of like, I think, almost like a safe. They're like, I feel calm now. Like I need a break. Like, let me go talk to you.
So we'll drink, but then let's talk about, if it's okay to talk about Lotus House.
All right, well,
Yeah.
look, so
We'll-
if you want a third drink, we've only done 2 on
Oh my God,
this.
this
This
is
is the
so
third
good.
drink, so it's a record for day drinking. This is a white tiger. So
White
vanilla
tiger.
vodka. I try to get lychee soju, but it's a apple mango soju with the lychee calpico. So white tiger. So if you want to try one, you can.
I think I'm okay.
All right. But cheers, boys. So,
Cheers.
How many podcasts do you
Yeah.
drink? Cheers to y'all.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's different.
yeah.
I like that.
You'll like this one a lot.
Vanilla vodka. Mm.
You can take a sip if you want. I won't pour a full one, but yeah.
Kaylin, where can we get? So now we're on our third
Cocktail?
show of day drinking.
Yes.
On the website, you should have your drink recipes.
Oh, I should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drink recipes
Good
on the
idea.
IG and drink recipes on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's what we
There
we
we go.
make. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll pin it.
There you go.
Oh, we need to start a Pinterest burn.
Yeah, I know.
That's all you get.
I know. I'm telling my son, can you help me to start a TikTok for like my cocktail recipes? Because so many people are like,
Oh, these are so good.
You haven't posted a drink in a while. Can you post a drink? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, just hold on. I got other stuff.
Yeah.
I converted to the iPhone. I was a Galaxy guy.
That's right.
So
He turned blue. He turned blue. Yes.
I was the green guy for this. So it's new to me trying to work the media angle.
He was messing with our, like, we're trying to airdrop. I was like, me and Joe were like turning into besties.
Yeah.
This
and
guy.
then the files would
yeah.
get messed up because
Yeah,
the one
like-
Galaxy guy, the
Yeah.
file transfers.
I can't even send
Super
this damn
compressed.
photo because of Galen.
So I'm in the world now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But yes, you would talk about.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about Lotus.
Lotus House. Yes, Lotus House is my other company, and it's design based. Now, I got my real estate license in 2018. And so I was doing real estate, and that was kind of my vibe, which was very helpful during the pandemic when we were shut down for Bambu Beats. No events, nothing, everything canceled.
Everything was dark. Yeah.
Everything dark. So I was able to do real estate, also do home staging. So that really like helped us get through the pandemic. And now it's just sort of my own favorites of design and lifestyle. I just have Instagram. And so, any creative outlet I have, I kind of put it under that umbrella.
Okay.
Skills. You have skills.
Yeah.
I like to say. So all of the video that we did for Lockdown mixtape, her decor, her visual vision, and then for the Scratcher B Town, she decorated all this right here on the the backdrop, which was amazing. Yeah.
So event design and
Yeah.
staging. So any kind of events or like pop-ups or stuff like that, it goes under that umbrella.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely like earlier I said, my favorite way of marketing is getting out and DJing in front of people. But with JoJo, she always said it's 1,000 touches. Because Bambu Beats wouldn't be without JoJo's design and those little touches that take everything way over the top. Like she's like the mastermind behind all those.
Compliment, right? Y'all compliment each other, and I think that's a great
Do you
thing.
ever have events like where you'll just do something where, hey, we're gonna go live, that people will just discover you? Like for people that don't know you, that it's hard to get the one-to-one schedule, but are in the ether. Do you ever have, we're gonna go live this date, put it as an event?
Yeah,
And
that's one thing we have struggled with is our own like video presence in our marketing. That has been like really hard for us.
I know a video guy.
Me too.
Yeah,
I got one.
Cheers.
I feel it. I feel the collaboration coming. Like I feel like our marketing has been like showing you what we do and what we like, the environment that we create, But us talking like video style and interview style, we're not very good at that. That's the one thing we don't do a lot of.
Because if new people are trying to hear what you do, they would have to go to an event that you're going to be at, correct?
Yeah.
But if you would live stream one of your weddings, where maybe you don't show I don't know how you would not show the people, but,
Yeah.
right? But if you can
I
live
know.
stream like
That's
a
the
portion
hard
of it,
thing.
right?
I know.
And then stream it, then people could definitely see it.
Yeah.
Because then it's streamed while they're live, and then if it gets flagged, it's already streamed. You know, like a record on YouTube, that's why the
Yeah.
algorithm looks for any copyrighted and then flags it. Live stream, they can't if it's YouTube live or.
Of the moment, but
Yeah.
Twitch allows that.
Yeah.
So
Only problem is our couples are like super like privacy, you know, they're
would
like.
you be okay to
Can we brainstorm as marketing people? Because we're drinking, we're on our third cocktail.
I'm curious if you could just like film your table and maybe you,
Yeah.
not the people, and just put it out there. And they don't know where you're at. I mean, they might see
Yeah.
like the back of the.
Because
Well,
for
we
your
do post
education too,
reels.
if you're, I'm not a DJ, but if you're
Yeah.
mixing and you're doing all your stuff right, if there's a video over top
Yeah.
watching you, then you could use that. People could see what you're doing, but you can also use it
Yeah,
as
or almost a
educational.
BTS video of you DJing, and behind you, you're looking at the crowd, and then the one looking.
Yeah.
Or from the POV from the someone dance, you know, like someone's holding a
Yeah.
GoPro,
From the bottom.
jumping, and
Yeah.
you're seeing that. That's the experience you want to share.
Yeah.
From the little kid to the granny on the walker, they're getting it on. You know.
Luckily, I mean, I've been pretty good at doing reels
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
like in action, but we could always do more.
Because that part gets like it's like the well, it's the copyright stuff. Well, it's not only that. We did like every once in a while we do a party where can't tape it.
Oh yeah, the client
Yeah, it's like-
is a disclosure.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
You'll sign an NDA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's one, and I've been dreaming about that company since I was a kid, and I'll just leave it at that. But this party was like the most amazing party. Like
All you need is one party where can we
It
do
was
this
like-
and negotiate that in
A
the
Northwest party? Northwest company?
I'm not saying,
A large
But-
Northwest company.
yeah. I mean, it was
I
like
think overalls
it was,
and brothers.
Anyway,
Spoiler
the party
alert.
was nuts, and like CEO walks in and his brain's blowing, and like it was.
We
like-
couldn't post anything.
That's what you wanted to
It's like,
capture.
you gotta be like, it's like if you won the Super Bowl or something, they're like, yeah, we're not broadcasting. You
Did y'all win?
can't even
I can't tell
we
you.
can't tell you.
And you're like, like this is great.
So that dream collaboration question I asked you, you had one, but you can't
Yeah,
post
yeah.
it. You got to be like.
That's the one
on
missing
hot
part.
edge.
I mean, there was like crazy stuff like one point like I was like and I was DJing with my homie Swami, and it was like we're doing dual DJing, and I threw on what was it Four Non Blondes.
Oh hey,
Oh, that song.
they were all singing.
25 years and my life is still that song.
Yeah.
To a beat.
And I throw this song on, but I had everybody.
And I say,
get up.
hey, hey.
Yeah.
I had their phones up with the lights on.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You're like, what's
And
going
then I said, I
on?
want to hear y'all. And they're singing it, like cut out the music, and it's like
And it's still going.
thousands of
They're
people
screaming.
singing
Yeah.
it, and it's like, nope, can't post it.
Can you get like GoPros for like at a wedding the little kids to wear?
Oh, that would
So
be
like their
fun.
point of view, what they see.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool, like them running around, like in between tables.
Because you see the videos where
Party
they put like a
going.
GoPro on a dog and you see the dog
Yeah.
running, right? But I have it like from a kid's point of view.
Oh, that'd be pretty dope. That's a great idea, Joe.
That's a winner right there.
Yeah.
That's $1 million. Idea.
Should just hire our son,
Oh, there you go.
dress him up, and
Or just-
pretend like he's a guest and run around.
He get it done. But yeah, no, like yeah, that is kind of a weird thing. Like we do this thing, and it's like it's selling air
Yeah.
a lot of times because it's like selling an emotion.
It's intangible, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you do want to sip. This is,
Okay,
the white
so
tiger.
good.
Oh, that looks good.
These are like the best cocktails I've ever had. I'm not
Thank you.
joking,
Thank you.
because I really
This is how we
don't.
day drink, you know, my side hustle, like I
Oh my
said,
god,
offline, like COVID started. So,
lychee's good.
Those are all separate posts.
As soon as he gives me the
recipes.
we didn't take pictures of anything, but
So, question: creative block right here, right? What does creative mean to you? What does the word creative or being creative? What does that mean?
To me, it's just the joy of expressing yourself in whatever form that happens to be at any moment.
I mean, you guys are ideal folks to ask the question. So,
Mine, like, I just like scratching. I mean,
yeah.
it's like, I mean, I love DJing, but it's like, to me, like,
That's your
it's like,
creativity.
yeah, when I'm like, a lot of times when I'm DJing, I'm like toning that all way down. But it's like in my most like creative, like alpha state or whatever, like that.
Alpha state,
The
yeah,
zone
that's
where
where you're
you're like-
in the flow.
The flow is like if I'm scratching.
So what's your favorite record to scratch to then?
And I like a lot of different stuff. I like definitely like the electro funk stuff. Probably like old school electro funk to scratch to.
Or what sample do you use to scratch? Do you
Oh
use
yeah, I
that?
use the aw a lot of times.
Is that the It's Time? Or, oh, that one? Yeah. Yeah.
I like the aw. But I
Or
think
the,
that's
or the whistle one too,
And that
right?
gives
That
you,
was,
right? Does that give you that?
Yeah, the whistle goes.
Oh,
yeah, the whistle one.
You could cut that, but it's like it's.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty generic. Like everybody cuts up the off. I mean,
Yeah.
I use that a lot, but I like cutting up other sounds too. Like any sound, it just kind of depends. And that's also when I get into the creative state. Like
He gets in zone.
Hear something, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds good.
Do you make your own beats?
Here and there, yeah. It's
And do you record them and sell them?
not.
yes.
Yeah, I did.
I bought a few beats from him to put in some of my productions.
Because Seattle has a, you haven't touched it, but Seattle has a storied history of the music scene on the hip hop side with
I
a
mean-
lot of producers, DJs coming out of here. A lot of-
Literally here, we live in an area where there's hella DJ producers in the central district right here.
Yeah, or,
Yeah.
you know, I even golfed with a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like Jake One, I've golfed
Yep.
with through E-Rock, you know.
Jake, it's crazy because like with Jake, like I'll be listening to like just different albums and stuff, and I'm like, man, that beat's tight. And then I go look it up, and it's like, oh, it's Jake.
Yeah.
Like 90 times out of 10, it'll be a Jake One beat, and I'm like,
Like, oh, J. Cole, oh, he did that? It's like,
man, this
dang.
song is banging, and you're like, well, who produced it? You're like, oh, it's Jake. It's crazy, but
Around the way, Jake?
206.
Right there?
Yeah.
and like too, because like I've been, I mean, like hearing Jake from way back in the art bar days, like that's like the stuff he did, like Inception Records and stuff like with Cut Otter. And it's like, man, those records are, I still love those records.
Man, the names you bring up, I just remember like tapes that were going around, and so my first mixtape that I got, circulated to me was actually He Was Here. It was E-Rock's.
Yeah.
It was E-Rock's tapes. And
Yep.
I'm just
'Cause
like,
the
wow.
age
I mean,
of the
I-
age of the mixtape.
At one time, we threw a house party once. I don't know if you guys went to it. The one in, we threw one at our house, and then we threw one in Soto. We had E-Rock and Patrick, DJ,
Oh,
and
wow.
this is way before social media. We had like Baneful Brew, like Elmer
Yeah.
performed. And
Brew.
we had cages and girls dancing in cages.
Oh my
This must have
God.
been 95 or 96.
At a house party?
No, we rented a warehouse. So we copied the rave model and literally printed, there's no social media, so we printed
Yeah,
paper
fly-
flyers.
Down to Kinko's.
Yeah, Kinko's. Wow. And actually the main first house party we threw was, I was living with John Mario and Ron in our Northgate house. It's like 117th and 5th Avenue, so in between North Gateway and 125th.
Yeah.
We had about 450 people
Wow.
at our party. And we just passed flyers out at Dick's, but we knew the different people. This is way before social, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get the North End crew, the East Side crew, whatever, the gangsters, everyone, right? We even had walkie-talkies. We had 400 people, and by the time we got busted, it was $1 for guys. Girls were free. We didn't sell alcohol. By the time the party ended, the last guy paid $40 to get in. We said, "There's no alcohol, and you have to pay $40." We told our neighbors we were having a party, gave them potted plants in our cul-de-sac. And it was 3 blocks down. Someone tried to get out, but couldn't, so they called the cops. So the cops came, and I got alert on walkie-talkie because I had my people on the street. They had the whole Northgate precinct come to our house. They kicked the door down. There was a fight going on, and at the time, someone shot a gun in the air.
Oh my God.
And then they had people who had guns then, because there's some people that did,
Yeah.
threw them over the fence.
Oh,
Ended up finding like about 19 guns. We got interviewed at gunpoint in our living room, right? And I had our hands up, and I was like, Filipino guys, and I'm like, I'm not calling my dad. Fuck that. I am not calling my dad saying, we're about to go to jail.
Yeah.
We called John Mario's dad, Uncle Frankie, who's a community activist, rest in peace. He just passed away, and said, what did you guys do wrong? These guys didn't do anything, and they left. But it was crazy. But it was so hot. We only had it in the downstairs of our house. It was so hot. Sweat was condensating on the records.
Oh my God.
People were saying like, it's crazy, dude. I could barely hear it. We had like 400-something people there.
Oh my
Craziness.
God.
And then 2 weeks later, we got written up in the International Examiner how to throw a house party.
And
We still have that
is your
article.
marketing strategy.
And that's how you market.
That's how you market.
So craziness. And then we had a warehouse party a little bit. You know, we rented a warehouse to copy the rave model, but for hip hop, because like we're like,
Yeah,
what?
right?
Like the sororities are doing this, but how about for our music, our
Yeah.
beats? Like let's
Yeah.
do something. And
Which warehouse?
The
one on Marginal? The one by
No,
Seattle?
it was on Soto off First Avenue. So kind of right where Filson was, kind of
Okay.
behind there. We had a spot. This dude was running it for raves,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You can have like minorities here? Like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you." And then they're like, "All right." I had to sell it. To
Yeah.
Was this 1963 or something?
Nah, man, it was 97, 96, 97. But we pulled it off.
At the time too, that teen dance ordinance.
Teen dance ordinance.
That
Yeah.
nonsense.
It was BS.
No rap music. That was
Seriously,
the,
like Footloose?
there was a teen dance ordinance where they literally did not want like any
It was like Footloose. Like
rap
they
music.
said, like, but for hip hop, like they thought
Yeah.
it was like it's too controversial or
Wow.
Yeah, it's
implies negative
gang
things.
related and stuff.
It's messed up too, cause like where all the raves happened, like you'd go
Well,
over there.
NWA played "Fuck the Police," so
But you go over to that spot.
Yeah.
And
The raves were
how
selling
How they
drugs.
let them
Yeah,
do it.
they were selling-
How they let them
Yeah.
do it is they would pay. See, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. They would play. There was officers there that were getting paid to be there.
Ooh.
And
as off-duty security.
Yeah, off
but then they have their.
but they're wearing their
We won't say what, but it,
To be undisclosed.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they knew exactly like man, these kids
Yeah.
over here ODing and like
Oh.
there's all kind of crazy drugs over here.
Yes, ecstasy, speed,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
and everybody knew there was like, I mean, if you heard like there were definitely like coke going all over, just all kind of crazy stuff, right? And it's like that was, and then but the way the parents looked at that was like, oh, those kids are just having fun, but then it's like
When minorities do it,
Yeah.
it's like,
hey,
violence.
It's like without hip hop, I'm like, man, my friends would have probably did a lot worse stuff. Like, right. Actually trying to be
Yeah.
positive and come together.
Yeah.
But then they're trying to overcharge.
stigma.
And then the stigma, and then they shut it down.
They didn't want music as a creative outlet for minorities.
Yeah.
No. And then it's like that whole thing going on. But you know, those I think that department got investigated by
The internal or something.
well,
Yeah.
I think it was the feds. For corruption, because they're like, you can't be doing that, and then you know that
all the stuff is happening.
Yeah, stuff's happening.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm sorry, but that was
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to throw another house party.
For the sake of marketing.
I had a party shut down too. I did one at the FCC.
Oh, did you?
You had the FCC shutdown?
Oh, I got blacklisted from the FCC.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was like 400 people too, and we didn't have lights. I mean, it was just dark, and people were just buck wilding and fights and
That's
yeah,
just a vlog list.
different, Eric.
Cheers to that, though.
yeah. Cheers to house parties.
Well, thanks for coming in and hanging out on
Yeah.
our podcast. It's a record. We made 3 cocktails.
Yeah.
So we're still
These are really good
I think this is a
cocktails.
two-parter, right?
It's a
This
two-parter.
is a two-part video.
So there you go.
So is there any last thoughts for entrepreneurs who are looking to get into DJing industry?
DJing
What's your
slash
final piece of
event
advice?
planning industry.
Tips and tricks.
You have to love it. You have to love the art of it, and you have to love wanting to help people be happy. Because if you are not into allowing people to have joy, don't do it. Because if it's just a paycheck, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
That's everything, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's
a paycheck.
everything.
When money
Exactly.
runs you, oh,
You have to make money, but you should have joy in what you're doing,
Yeah, because there's
or it's not gonna be fun.
like I said earlier, like there's DJs that hate weddings, like they won't touch it with it. But I actually like it. I like being around families coming together and stuff. So me, I'm like, oh, this is fun to me. But
sounds
yeah.
like it's your approach to it, your perspective
Yeah,
to it.
Like I like it. But
So will you ever not work with people that want to hire you because of their expectations. So what I mean is there'll be clients that come to us, and oftentimes we will fire clients because
I see what you
we don't
mean.
want to work with you
Yeah.
because it's an unrealistic expectation or something. Do you come across that too? Like, play my list. I have 200 songs. You're going to play the damn chicken song after OPP. Here you go.
He's kind of like
Mash that up.
He's he's kind of like a Jedi. Like he will say, okay, that's what you think is best for you. Give them a taste of what it is, and then they'll realize, oh shit, this is not gonna work.
Okay.
And then they'll come back and say, just do you.
Yeah.
So in a way,
That's more
like
Yoda shit than Qui-Gon Jinn then.
yeah, I mean, I think, he's really, he has this very amazing talent of like being on the same vibe as people that he's DJing for, because he'll have this weird synchronicity where he'll be in the moment, in the flow, and then a guest will come up and request a song, and he'll have it already queued up. Like,
No.
whoa,
That's part
weird,
of
like,
the chameleon. You can probably tell when they walk in, like, oh, this motherfucker, I know what he's gonna ask for.
the force. No, but honestly, it's really strange. Like, this has happened more than once for it to be like a fluke.
Yeah, like, oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That comes from experience.
Yeah, comes from experience, but also like he tends to really relate to people. So like he does it in his music, and he's like relating, and he wants people to have fun. He wants so whatever the crowd is, he's gonna like cater to that crowd.
Yeah, so drunk
Yeah.
uncle comes up, like, oh, I got you, and drunk auntie, or,
You're like,
you know,
oh, Tai Chi.
yeah,
So you're you're in the right industry.
you're in the pocket.
Yep.
And then like my old school Skyway ways, I always got like.
Oh, you're Skyway?
Yeah.
Oh, man, 98178.
Yes.
119th and Beacon.
Still there.
See that in the South.
Oh, there you go.
neighbor.
Rainier
My
View, neighborhood. I went to St. Paul.
I was
But,
in Campbell Hill.
yeah. Oh,
Beach
up
Village.
to-
We live
one block over, I would have been
Yeah.
in Campbell Hill.
Yeah, because my friends that lived like a block over, they were for Rainier View, and then I was in Campbell Hill. But
Yeah. Oh,
There's
Skyway
a bunch of
represent.
y'all out there.
Yeah.
but no, I got my spidey senses up. Like if somebody tried to swing on me for whatever random reason, I'm like,
So did you go to Dimmitt then?
no, they shut that down, so we got to get bused all over to Nelson during that time. That sucked. That was rough. And then we got treated like criminals coming from Skyway. Just over on that side of town. I was like,
Man, that's unincorporated King County.
Yep.
I don't know about y'all.
Skyway. Oh, man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they had that stigma toward us and stuff, but it's all good.
All right.
We're coming with our, rap music and all that.
Your bass and your big rims.
Hippity hop.
That was actually like how terrible the middle school dances were at the time. That maybe was like motivation for me wanting to be a DJ. When I was younger, like, man, I want to be a DJ. You guys suck. And then as I got older, I was like, I started like slanging mixtapes at school, like just slow jam tapes. And
The slow jams.
I was like pop, and I was like running the things on. So I go to school and I make like $20 to $50 on a day. And that's in the 90s. That's like
hella money.
I had money in my pocket. I'm like all happy. So I'm like, man, I just got to get get some turntables and get some real records.
Then you could.
And I can really do this.
Yeah.
So then I get all this like straight like underground hip hop stuff that I like, and I go make this tape, and I'm so happy, and it sucked. It was really good. But I try to sell it, and it's like I think one person bought it.
Kids,
Stick with the slow jams.
FYI.
For the ladies.
They
Play for the
actually
ladies.
You have to play the whole entire thing when you record. You can't just upload and then let your Wi-Fi
my
just do the
gosh.
rest.
No.
It's like
Yeah,
listening
they're-
to the whole entire mixtape.
Side
and let it
A and
record.
side B.
Yeah, or you have to push record and then leave. and go do
Stop and rewind if you want to hear repeat.
Yeah.
Juvenile mind was like, well, if I just practice, I'll get better, and then I'll be able to sell all these. And I'm still practicing, trying to get better.
Yeah. I'm putting your scrunching your white piece of paper in there so you could record K-Fox slow jams and
Yeah.
you record it so many times like I can start hearing layering. It's
Yeah.
just so, I didn't want to like, oh, it's a Maxwell tape. It's
Maxwell,
like
yeah.
the gold one,
metal-
or is it a TDK 90?
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Putting the tape over the
Yeah.
hole so you can record over. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh my God. Those were the days.
So how can we find y'all? Give us all your social media handles, your website, all that stuff.
Yes. So bambubeats.com. And then we're really more active on Instagram. So
Okay.
it's Bambu Beats DJ.
cool. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in this episode of Day Drinking with CEOs.
Thank you for that.
Ask Valor
Yes.
For
Masterminds,
all of
third
them.
cocktail, the White Tiger. We got the
Cheers.
Calamansi Margarita.
Yeah.
And then the Thanksgiving Rum Punch from our sponsors, A Advanced Services, Fuse Networks, and Warrior Injury Law.
Injured? Call us at 253 Warrior. Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested.
My My name is Galen.
Joe.
Coming at you from the Creative Block Studios, the underbelly of the Creative Block Studios in Seattle, Washington. Thanks for tuning in this episode of the Ask Valor Masterminds podcast. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, so the Ask Valor Masterminds podcast is always looking for CEOs to day drink with here at the underbelly of the Creative Block Studios in Seattle, Washington. If you're a CEO, maybe you like to drink a little bit excessively, we'll take them all. Come hit us up, and we'd love to have you on our podcast to talk business, all things about your entrepreneurial journey. Thanks, guys.